And then the second photo, the cup's not there.
It's not there.
And then it's not there. Oh no, could she be Sue Storm?
This is
Marvelous Friends.
Marvelous Friends.
Welcome to the Marvelous Friends podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is the Marvelous Friends podcast. Thank you guys for joining. This is comic book movie news. We were watching the Super Bowl. Okay, Patrick Mahomes, that's my guy. And there was I think it was a 20 or 30-minute clip of the new Flash trailer. And it said that the new trailer, the full trailer, is out on YouTube. And so I went ahead and watched it. And I'm going to save my review for later. But Rinaldi and Fergie have not watched it. So we're going to actually take some time to watch it here. So Fergie, if you want to pull it up real quick, and we're going to get some reaction.
Tell me something.
Yeah.
Who's the other Flash?
Ooh, I know that voice.
But the trailer itself, man, I did like it. I did like it a lot. I liked just how it felt exhilarating, just seeing how super speed can lead to all kinds of interesting developments.
Yeah, I actually really like the trailer. And as you guys know, or if you've been a long time listener, I'm the one that doesn't watch trailers because I'm going to see the movie anyways. But that was a fantastic trailer. I'm excited to see how they kind of bridge all of these worlds together. But I also got No Way Home vibes as well. And so I wonder if this is going to be like a comparison movie or if it's going to kind of blow past our thoughts about.
Well, I think they're trying to make Flash feel like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and I think that's what it is. Like the character, like the way they act and behave, and I think that's a big mistake because you got Michael Keaton back. And thankfully Michael Keaton, was able to kind of hold himself together as Vulture in Marvel because it did look convincing, in the trailer as Batman. He looked convincing. So it's just like, dag, you have Michael Keaton as Batman. You have a Supergirl. You don't really need to make Flash like Spider-Man to sell this movie.
The answer to your question, Rinaldi, about who's the second Flash, here's what I think is happening. So with this whole reshuffling and this whole rebooting and soft reboot, whatever, I think what's going to happen is that there's going to be some sort of power draining and power distribution where you have two different Flashes, two different Barry Allens, and one of them goes to the other universe because in that universe his mom's still alive and something else is going on that requires this Barry Allen to receive the powers of Flash. That's why in the trailer you see the Batwing with the rope and the electricity going down. That's my assumption.
Oh yeah, because that was in the comic books.
One of them is going to get powers, the powers of Flash. One of them, in the beginning of the movie, they both don't have the powers of Flash. That's why in the trailer also you see the two Flashes coming together with the 2 feet and then going in opposite directions. So I think that's what is happening with it. I think this movie's it's a reboot. They're even rebooting Ezra Miller a little bit. I don't think it doesn't sound like they're recasting him, but I think they're going to reboot his character just through this movie alone. But yeah, there's a lot I like about the trailer.
Couple news items I found about Marvel Phase 5. The first news item is Kevin Feige giving comments about how to feel about Phase 5 overall as it's being kickstarted, as it's being introduced with this Ant-Man movie. And I have a quote, and it's from the website comingsoon.net. Phase 4, as I've said, was all about experimentation, introduction, and reintroduction. And we took our time to have fun and play in different genres and do all sorts of fun things with these characters. Kicking off Phase 5 will continue that, Feige said. Like in the Infinity Saga, there will be standalone films within the next 2 phases. But it really is, as you will certainly see in Quantumania, heading towards the very, very big picture. And as I've already announced, that big picture is the multiverse saga. So that's what he kind of had to say about this transition from 4 to 5. Now I have an article from the Hollywood Reporter. There's been some expressed, some of it overblown, concern that audiences are losing interest in the MCU post Endgame. So that's, he said, the person who wrote this said that, but here's their counter argument. Phase 4 was arguably the most connected in a thematic sense as the MCU has ever been, as it deals with grief, mental health, and legacy. Yet many audiences felt there was a lack of narrative direction. So what are your thoughts about this kind of argument that Phase 4, because it did these kind of weird different things, that it's going to give momentum to Phase 5? And then what are your thoughts about Feige's comments regarding Phase 5?
This is the Hollywood Reporter saying this, and a few other, like Phase 4 being successful in the sense that there's a continuity with grief and what the characters are dealing with.
It's dealing with like these types of themes, and because of that, it sets up Phase 5 really well. At least that's the argument for this essay.
Yeah, I don't know. Grief and continuity is not why Phase 4 was bad.
Right.
Nobody at all, like nobody is arguing that there's like, oh, like this feels like a different Wanda, or this feels like a different. No one's arguing at all about the continuity except for Bucky. I don't know what that's about. But I think when people complain about Phase 4, it's the storytelling, it's the CGI, it's the pacing, it's so much more than whatever. So, if their measure of success is like, okay, we kept the same characters or we kept the same story arcs, like, great. But your CGI sucks. Your storytelling is horrible and rushed, and the pacing is bad and uninteresting. We don't care about some of these characters. So no, in terms of a show, I don't know. If it wasn't for the MCU, we would not measure these things in terms of success. We would not. But because it's the MCU, and because MCU likes to make excuses for where they fall short, it's like, oh, yeah, I can see the continuity. Then I guess in that case, they're successful.
I'm excited for Ant-Man. I want to see what they have up their sleeves for that. But maybe I'm just a Jonathan Majors fan, so maybe that's what it is. But
it's probably Jonathan Majors.
Yeah,
I
so we'll see.
I don't know. Phase 5, I'm gonna take it one project at a time. That's all. That's how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some of these projects are gonna be good. I think some of them will be good, but then some of these other ones are gonna be like average at best.
I only have one rule. Okay, I only have one rule when we talk about these movies, and not just us. I'm talking about just generally speaking. And I would love for all of us to agree with this rule, that if we're gonna judge a movie, let's judge it for the movie, not for what it sets up later. Oh, it was a great movie because it sets this up. Or it was a great movie because we didn't know about this and it taught us about this. That's not what makes a good movie. It's not what makes a good TV show. Like this Easter egg and spoilers and all that stuff. Like, no, universe building is not what makes a movie. So when we watch Ant-Man Quantumania, I want to judge Jonathan Majors and just for him in this movie. That's it. I don't want to think about Secret Wars.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I'm like, man, I don't know. Oh man, I don't know why that's the case when we're in Phase 5. Like we're in Phase 5. Like that's like being in 12th grade and like, all right, guys, let's go over our multiplication tables. It's like, nah, you do that in 4th grade. Sure. You're in 12th grade.
Yep. Yeah, I would also say if there is going to be something we're going to compare Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania to, it's going to be Spy Kids.
Yeah, that first trailer did look like Spy Kids.
The
second one was better. The second one was better, but it did still have that same feel. But it was better.
So we know that Sue Storm has previously been played by Jessica Alba, Kate Mara, and we've heard that Emily Blunt has been rumored to be, Sue Storm, because it only makes sense. Her husband was in a cameo as Reed Richards, but a user posted this photo of Matt Shankman out to lunch with Mila Kunis. When I saw these photos, I said, this is a publicity stunt if I've ever seen it. I want to know what you guys think. Do we stand Mila Kunis as Sue Storm? Do you think maybe she's been brought in as a different character for a different role? What's up?
Ronaldo's zooming in.
I know.
I'm trying to
Zooming way in.
What is she?
There's a lot of pointing and talking and expressiveness.
Are there scripts on the table?
Oh,
or
good point.
They're just drinks. I think it's just
Yeah,
drinks.
I
I think we just have drinks.
If we're, okay, all
And
right.
the
You know what?
menu?
Let's analyze these photos. So the first photo, there is a cup, right? Oh my gosh. Did he buy her that cup of coffee? Is it coffee? Is it tea? And then in the second photo, the cup's not there.
It's not there.
And then it's not there. Oh no, could she be Sue Storm?
Confirmed.
Sue Storm confirmed. Invisible woman, like the cup's invisible. Blah, blah, blah.
What? That's a highway. You went on a highway, bro.
Bro, that's not a highway, bro. That's Twitter. All right, that's Twitter.
We don't need you to watch.
I don't know
how it works.
Like I said a second ago, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Let's just judge the movie for what it is. I think until the Fantastic Four movie comes out, there's going to be all sorts of rumors and all sorts of, hey, could he be casted? Oh, he looks like the Thing, and he could be the Thing. And oh, what about Michael B. Jordan again? He's reprising his role. Like we're gonna be
Dave
on
Bautista's
that train
the
for.
Oh
Dave
no,
Bautista's
not
the
Dave
Thing.
Batista.
He finds his way back.
Please, God,
He
no.
finds his way back. There it is. I think Dave Bautista is perfect for the Thing. Don't cast him as Lex Luthor. That doesn't make any sense. But him as the Thing, I can see it.
Well, funny
just cast
enough,
Vin
people
Diesel.
have commented, oh, if Mila Kunis is going to be Sue Storm, guess who should play Reed Richards? Ashton Kutcher, her husband. Let's get another husband-wife duo up there.
Stop it.
You're an actor, Mila. Do your job and act and pretend to have chemistry with someone who's not your husband. That's what professionals do.
Yeah, pretend.
That's what acting is pretending.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. is not married to Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Ashton Kutcher after what's that show? Pranked
That
or no,
70s show?
Punked.
Oh,
No,
Punked.
Yeah. I said pranked. The show Punked. That's just to give you guys an idea of what time it is right now.
Late.
So yeah, after that show Punked, I'm Ashton Kutcher out. Like I'm done with him. Like, not that there's anything wrong with him, but get somebody new, get somebody original. Like, oh
yeah. What are your thoughts, Ronaldo?
I don't know. I don't know about Mila. I have to see like a trailer or something to really. I just don't know. Like, she's not someone that I'm like, yes, let's go. She's someone that I'm unsure about. I'm not saying no. I just don't know. I think based on the photos, I think they're having a discussion as about it as a possibility. I don't know if I don't think anything's set in stone. I think it's just, hey, I think this could work. How do you feel about it? It's all kind of hypothetical. I don't think.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I think they're just talking about the possibilities, and they're pointing, and they're making coffee disappear. I think that's what's happening. No, he's still alive. So.
I've also seen people toss Ryan Gosling kind of into the ring for Reed Richards. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that. I think that's so random.
That feels random, but I don't know. It would be weird. It would be funny if he was secretly a huge Marvel fan. Then maybe, but I don't know. It just seems on its face, on its own, it just seems weird.
Yeah.
As Reed Richards?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it just feels
not at
weird.
all. Ryan Gosling as Reed Richards? No.
Yeah. They're
I
just
mean,
forcing
again,
it at this point.
unless
'Cause
he's secretly
he's a-
always wanted to play him.
No.
There's
Even
some
that,
actors
no.
like that.
Yeah, but like, do you know how many people out there, actors included, who secretly want to play superheroes but never get the opportunity because they're not the best? I want to play Batman. I'm not gonna ever put on a cowl and be filmed.
I'm just saying, sometimes it works. Sometimes it works.
No,
Like
it's
they
not going to
really,
work with Ryan Gosling.
like
Ryan
Samuel
Gosling's
Jackson. He
Ryan
always wanted
Gosling,
to play Nick Fury.
Ryan Gosling in a lot of his roles is very charming. Reed Richards
Yeah.
is not charming.
No, he's not.
He carries himself very confidently and very, he commands a room. Reed Richards is not a guy that would command a room in the sense of like, hey, all the attention on me. Not that I think Ryan Gosling's conceited. I think he's far from it, but the characters that he plays is like borderline romantic and borderline player. That there's a fine line that he dances in. Reed Rich, no. No. I think people need to stop dreamcasting. Or fan casting rather. Fan cast dreamcasting.
Yeah, fan casting.
Fan casting, dreamcasting, whatever. People need to stop casting.
Yeah.
And just let it be. The only person that I've heard, the only name that makes the most sense to me is the guy from You. He's the only name that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's the only one.
Sense.
Because
I'd
he's
love to
enough
see
of a
that.
no name to become a great Reed Richards.
He's ascending.
He's enough of a no
He's
name.
not a household. He's not a household name, but he's
not.
ascending.
He's him and Ryan Gosling. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Rob. He is ascending though.
Yeah,
he's
he
definitely
is.
ascending.
I'm not saying that nobody knows him. I'm saying between him and
Right.
Ryan Gosling,
Yeah.
which one is a household name?
All right, fair enough. But I would say between a millennial women, they all know who Penn Badgley is. I'll just put that out there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, but all women know Ryan Gosling.
That's facts.
That's true. I've seen that too. Did want to segue it from what Rob talked about earlier. CGI issues. He don't like CGI the way Marvel has done it in the past phase or so. And this news has something to do with that. It's on Variety.com. Anthony Hopkins once said Marvel green screen makes acting pointless. Angela Bassett had a better MCU experience and said, I'm sorry for him. And so basically this article talks about how Anthony Hopkins, who played Odin, the father of Thor and adoptive father of Loki, he was on a bunch of green screen sets. All of his scenes, all green screen. There was nothing on the stage. It was just like a green wall and a stage that was green, and that was it. So Anthony Hopkins was very frustrated by this, and he basically just said, I just kind of just go on cruise control. I don't really try too hard in these particular scenes. But then later on, he tried to clean up these statements. But I mean, I feel like the damage was done. Angela Bassett said that Ryan Coogler, on the other hand, worked really hard to build sets that she acted in her scenes, and in fact pushed back against Marvel's usual way of doing things to try to build as many sets as possible. So like a lot of what we see in Wakanda is practically kind of built or shot on a location that kind of mimics Wakanda. So and so Angela Bassett has said that experience helped her to really give her all to play Ramunda, or Queen Mother, in both Black Panther films. So what do you guys' thoughts are about this?
I mean, Anthony Hopkins said it. We said it. What more do you need? Yeah.
I think First of all, isn't it Sir Anthony Hopkins?
Sir Anthony
Oh, it
Hopkins.
might be. I apologize.
Yeah.
It might be.
Yep, he's a sir.
But I mean, he acted, he did his job. I feel like that really sucks for him. I feel like I loved him as Odin. Even in the Odin sleep, he was killing it. But yeah, I guess that sucks. But also for Black Panther, you kind of do need to build out a set for this, country,
But
this world.
Asgard's supposed to be this beautiful place. This feels like a racial divide because Asgard's like Norwegian.
Yeah.
Black History Month, I don't know.
Yeah. And Sir Anthony Hopkins comes from a history of memorable moments. He's an exceptional actor, iconic.
Mhm.
How much CGI is in any of his movies? And then you take him and you put him in Thor, whatever MCU movie he's in, and he has to act up against a green screen where he doesn't understand his environment. He has to pretend like the environment. So not that this is a flaw on him because he still like killed it as Odin, but I get his point. Like when in his time, when you want to become an actor, it's much more theatrical. It's much more, it's a space you're creating in your art versus
I mean,
now
he was Hannibal Lecter.
He's Hannibal. But when you have green screens everywhere and just like studios and small rooms and people just kind of walk 10 feet, take a turn, walk another 5 feet, take another turn, and because of that you can create different rooms because of the CGI and the green screen. It leaves little room for genuine acting, and so I get him. I totally get it.
Yeah.
And I'm also speaking as if I've acted in front of a green screen, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, from every actor I've heard, like they don't like. I mean, some actors are more like, "Hey, you just got to adjust. You got to make do with what your situation is." But then there's other actors that really don't like it. So it's. I think that's the spectrum. But no, I think. I mean, Anthony Hopkins is such a talented actor. He can go half effort and be great. That's how talented he is. Because some people, they really have to act. They have to give their whole heart to the role, or else they don't do well. So, but I don't know. It's kind of hard too because Odin's like a supporting character. He's not like a main character. So I think that also played a role. So, it is what it is.
I'm thinking about like Emilia Clarke when she plays Mother of Dragons in Game of Thrones, and how if you see like the green screen footage, how absolutely ridiculous it looks like when she's trying to pet her dragons and it's just like a man in a green suit, but she acted like her hardest and she did her job. So I also wonder if it comes down to age in this instance, like we said, Anthony Hopkins on his worst days getting an Oscar. So maybe it's just that, like, he's kind of used to a certain environment and method of acting.
Let us know what news stuck out to you, whether it be the Flash trailer or what Sir Anthony Hopkins had to say about Marvel and CGI, and then everything in between. We want to hear your thoughts. But until next time and next week, catch you guys later.
Ashton Kutcher, her husband. No. Let's get another husband-wife duo up there. Great. Now doing one more with half the time.